So you see, the essence of bringing this video to you is not to scare you, no, but is to tell you what is happening and also to tell you how to guard yourself in this difficult time in Nigeria. Oh yes. Now, if you noticed, since the conviction of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment, Fulani herdsmen has really intruded into the southeastern region of Nigeria. Yes, a couple of days ago, we saw them trooping in with bike like this. And a few months ago, we also saw them trooping in like this. These are the ones we see. What about the ones we did not see? Of course, there are so many other ones that I won't be able to play here. But I just want to establish that the Fulani herdsmen has actually intruded into the southeastern region in the recent days. Oh yes, what they are looking for is what I don't know. But let me show you something. Today is the second day of December 2025. And today, a very big tragedy happened in the southeast of Nigeria. Let me show you this video.
Now, everybody in this vehicle have been kidnapped. Everybody in this vehicle have been kidnapped. Everybody in this vehicle have been kidnapped. Even this vehicle in front of me now. Everybody inside it have been kidnapped.
This news broke out this evening that the whole passengers in this bus were all kidnapped and were taken into the bush somewhere in Imo State. And not just that, we've seen another case just today that this man came out with gun trying to kidnap and, causing unrest in southeast Nigeria, just like this.
I beg anybody wey dey outside, anybody wey dey this Nigeria, Owerri, Naze, dey on guard. This thing now wey dey the video now happen just about an hour ago, or no, about an hour 30 minutes ago. We dey come back from
now. As I said, this video is not to put fear in your body, but it is to guide you. In fact, first of all, to bring the information to you, and secondly, to teach you on how to guard yourself. You see, the plan of these people is actually to take over the southeastern part of Nigeria. But unfortunately, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been a very big stumbling block for them all this while. And now, it seems they have actually clicked by sentencing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, so nobody to disturb them. And that is why you see all this happening. But God passed them, I can assure you that. Now, the next thing you ask yourself is, what are we going to do in this difficult time? One of the problems I sometimes have with our people is I so believe in that God can do all things for us. I believe in God. I am a Christian. But believe in me, there are things that God can do for you, and there are things you can do for yourself. Even as a Christian, even as a pagan, even as whatever you worship, there are things that your God can do for you, and there are things that you can do for yourself. And at this point, of course, I know that 80-85% of our people are Christians. And so we believe in peaceful coexistence. We believe in peaceful dialogue. We don't want quarrel. We don't want fight. We don't want war. Yes, but at this time that we are faced with this big challenge, what are we going to do? That is the big question. As much as you pray, you remember that scripture that say, faith without good work is what? Is dead. So as much as you pray, make sure you go into action as too. And what is the action you are going to take now? I will allow you to listen to this video. Please, I beg of you, listen to this young man and hear what he said that Christians should do now. Because now this thing is really getting out of hand. For those who do not understand, it is getting out of hand. So please, let me not bore you with words. Take a little time and listen to our brother and hear and see what we should do, even as a Christian, as a pagan, whatever you worship. Listen and hear the action we are supposed to take.
Congress have told us that the mistake that the church has made in the past is that the church prayed but never acted. The Bible says faith without works is dead. For the Bible says by strength shall no man prevail. By strength shall no man prevail. This ministry is resting on 7 pillars. There are first 3, there are second 3, and there is a single one. The first 3 is for the mandate for the church, Common Christian Assembly. And what is the mandate? To raise an apostolic generation, a people that are apostolic in mind and in spirit, with a mindset of holiness, faithful and diligent wherever they go, especially in their marketplaces. Raising apostles in marketplaces that are holy, that are faithful and diligent. That's the first one for the church. The second one is for me, for my ministry, for my mandate. And my mandate is to bring clarity, sanity and balance. So it means that wherever there is confusion, it is within my mandate, it is within my calling and my assignment to bring clarity there. Wherever there is insanity in a situation, in a society, in an environment, to bring sanity to that place, to speak sanity. And wherever there is incoherencies of policies, where there is imbalance, injustice, it is still within my mandate to bring balance, either for the church or for the world. So whenever I speak to nations, whenever I speak about the ills in Nigeria or all over the world, I am operating within the boundary of my mandate. I am operating based on the commissioning of God for my life. Like I said before, I do not hate Islam. I do not hate Muslims. I don't hate Muslims. It is not in the nature of the regenerated children of God to hate. We don't hate in this kingdom. We love. I don't hate Muslims. In fact, I've had fantastic friends that are Muslims. I have been helped by people that are Muslims. I grew up with people that are Muslims. So I don't hate Muslims. I don't hate Islam. I just wanted to have a situation, a society, a country where everybody can practice what they believe without fear. It is our job in this kingdom, based on the commission of Jesus, that we preach the gospel. But it is your choice to either accept or reject. We cannot force it on you. So you have the freedom, the right to either accept or you reject it. So therefore we want a society, a country, a nation where people can be free to practice whatever they like without the fear of being killed. So I am not Islamophobia. No, I just detect the fact that some people think it is within their power to kill another person that don't believe in what they believe. And truly, like I've always told you, there is Islamization agenda, an agenda that began long even before I was born. The moment this entity called Nigeria was formed, the moment this entity called Nigeria was amalgamated together, that agenda has been put in place and it has been running for a long time. And the people that are championing this cause are patient, are tenacious, such that even when they leave this world, their children and their offspring continue with the mandate. Whatever you are seeing today is a fruit of what has been sown 40, 50 years ago in Nigeria. The chaos, the confusion, the challenges we have facing today is not something that just happened. It's a product of what the seed have been sown. The Bible says, as long as earth remaineth, seed, time, and harvest shall never cease. So if it's so bad, one day you reap it. What we are seeing today is a fruit of what some people have sown in a very long time. So there is Islamization agenda, an agenda to turn Nigeria to a Turkey, an agenda to turn Nigeria to a Lebanon, but it's not going to work. Now, all over the world, there are 5 stages to Islamization. Whatever the world like to do with this information is left to them. They can either accept it, apply it, get result, or they can carry it and put it in their pocket. That is their business. But it is within my mandate to speak the truth to power, to expose people, bring the light of God to the mind of the nation. There are 5 stages to Islamization in Nigeria. Either in Nigeria or all over the world, there are 5 stages of Islamization. Number 1 is movement. Now this movement is divided into 2, either by migration or by invasion. So they come to and they migrate to a new settlement, and in the process of that migration, when they come there, they look so peaceful. They are not violent. When they migrate to a new society, that is why you see that they say, these people are loving, these people are kind, these people are peaceful. They migrate, and that's why you find that is happening in the whole of Europe today. They are moving at an accelerated rate, migrating. The second part of that movement, or the second way it can happen, is through invasion, meaning that they come, conquer the people, fight them, destroy them, and take over their territory. This is what we saw when the Fulanis invaded by Usman Dan Fodio, when they invaded the Hausa land in the north. I hope you know there are indigenous Hausa people, the Gobirs. is it the Kabawa or something like that? They're indigenous Hausa people. They were conquered by Danfodio. So that is by invasion. They called the invade. So they invaded the north, conquered the north, and they took hold of the north. But they have not been. What they're doing in other parts of Nigeria is by migration. What you see that is happening in Europe today is by migration. So they will go there, settle down there. But at that time, they look so peaceful. You look at them, you say, these people are loving and kind. But there is an agenda. The second stage is population. At the first stage, they are not much, so they look so peaceful. The second stage is to ensure that they become about 40 to 50% of the population of that nation. So they begin to multiply, give birth to 5 children, 7 children, have as many as 5 wives, 4 wives. You think it's by play? No. It's an agenda to ensure that they are the most populous in that place. That's why today you hear them say the north is very populous. Parents giving birth to children they cannot cater for. But there's an agenda just to ensure that they are the most populous. Are you learning? So at that stage, the next stage, once they have been able to settle, the next thing they begin to do is to ensure that they are the majority. So they begin to increase in population, reproducing and reproducing, bringing in their colleagues, bringing in their family from different parts to ensure that they overwhelm that place with number. To ensure that there are about 40-50% of population in that place. That is stage 2. Some 20 years ago, 30 years ago, if you go to the UK, you find very little Muslims. Very little. Some 20-25 years ago, if you go to the UK, you find very little mosque. But today, there are thousands of mosques in Europe. In UK, in Canada, there are thousands of them. So when they are coming, when they come, they act so peaceful in stage 1. But in stage 2, the moment they know that they begin to gain number, then that is where their agenda begin to go into place. So the second stage is that they multiply. Then when that has happened, then they move to the third stage. What is the third stage? The third stage is to position themselves in power, in government, in the military, strategic positions, strategic places.